Hey, what's going on, all you ghouls and ghosts out there? My name is Mike Macabre, and welcome to the graveyard. As always, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment, share the video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my reaction videos, Friday Night Frights, mouthing off with Mike Macabre, or whatever else I'm doing on this channel. But in tonight's episode, we're doing something a little different, but we are going to be having a reaction. I don't know if how many people know this, but Ozzy Osbourne has just passed away on Tuesday, 7/22/2025, and it's been reverberating around social media. And I have my own little, I guess, a tribute that I want to do for Ozzy. He was a big part of not only just my childhood, but into my adulthood. Times where I would be with my dad and, he would listen to classic rock and War Pigs would come on. And it was something that me and my dad would bond over. We bonded over a lot of different classic rock bands, metal bands, Pink Floyd, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, Metallica, and it's one of the few fond memories that I have with my father, including fishing. But I'm not going to talk too much about that. Anyways, and I remember the first time I was really, really into Black Sabbath. I had to be 14 or 15 at the time. I had just bought the Greatest Hits album on CD, and I remember having my first few sips of alcohol with my father, and going home and I wasn't drunk, but I was like, I felt transcendent, almost like there was another kind of world opened up to me, and I was listening to Black Sabbath, and just remembering how, can't think of the right word, but just the power of it, the meaning behind it, the substance. It wasn't just, dark for the sake of being dark. It had real substance in it, and it was something where it didn't just pass me right by like some sort of like just, one hit wonder pop band or whatever. There was meat on that bone, so to speak. And I didn't think I was going to be taking it as hard as I have. And it's truly sad. He's left a huge mark on the entertainment industry, musically, visually. He was on TV, portraying, instead of being the Prince of Darkness, it's just a bumbling, I wouldn't say idiot, but I'll just go with a bumbling kind of fella who's, he's normal. He makes mistakes,
I can run! Sharon!
A father figure, patriarchal and all that. And it was a different side of Ozzy that not a lot of people understand. And even I was noticing some comments on social media that, he's gonna go see his maker now, which would be the devil, glad he's in hell, and yada yada yada. Like, do people not realize that he's not the Antichrist? That it's just a shtick, or that's his persona, and not really who he is as a person. It's like Chef Ramsay. Chef Ramsay is, he's a culinary giant, and he's often portrayed as just the biggest dick asshole in the world. But that's what people want to see. It's like his I won't say his aura, but that's what he's famous for. So they assume that he's just, not playing a role, that it's his, that's who he is. But it's not the case. I hear that Gordon Ramsay in person is a really likable, nice guy. He's going to lean on what sells, and the anger, blah 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 blah, you idiot sandwich.
What are you?
That's
an idiot sandwich.
That's his thing, and if he can make money of it, more power to him. But I just don't understand. Tobey Maguire, not really Spider-Man. Like, Do you need to be told this? Like, are you a fucking child? So it's just weird to me. Like, why the fuck even open your mouth? Like, he's a person, you know. Yes, he's been a drug addict. He's done some weird things, you know, snorting ants, biting the heads off of several animals, pissing on the Alamo, licking up Tommy Lee's piss, among other things. And, you know, I wouldn't say he's atoned for that sort of stuff, but people make mistakes, and to be, you know, especially under the influence of drugs, as what's his face, Dave Chappelle, super freaky yow, Rick James. It took me a second. Rick James, you know, as he eloquently put, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Well, yeah, you know, he was on a different path. Sharon basically saved him, and you know, he's human. He makes mistakes, and to be judged for something other than that, more so than being human, is just not right in my personal opinion. You know, we'll leave it at that. So as far as the reaction portion I want to do in remembrance of his passing is something that I know the song, but I've never seen the music video. So I'm going to be judging this particular reaction in his honor to the music video more so than the music. So I forget the name of it. Hold on, let me back to the graveyard or something. Graveyard. It's one of my favorite songs by Ozzy. I just can't think of the name. Under the Graveyard. Okay. Yep, we're going to be reacting to Under the Graveyard by Ozzy Osbourne, official music video. Link to original video will be down in the description box for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Now, I already know the song, but I have not seen the music video, so we're going to be reacting to that. But no more ghouling around. Let's check it out. All right, ghouls and ghosts. Ozzy Osbourne, Under the Graveyard, official music video.
Well, he had gone missing, and people thought that he was dead. There were a lot of rumors. He was gonna take drugs.
Is that Val Kilmer's son?
To death. He just locked himself in a hotel room, and he wasn't gonna stop until he was dead.
Today I woke up and I hate myself. Death doesn't answer when I cry for help. No, I could save me from the depths of hell. I'll drown my mind until I'm someone else. Don't take care of me, be scared of me. My misery owns me. I don't wanna be my enemy. My misery owns me. Under the graveyard, we're all rotting bones. Everything you are, can't take it when you go.
Jeez.
It's gonna be graveyard. We all die alive.
I didn't really know him at all, but I felt like I had to go there. I knew that there was no one else gave a shit. I wasn't gonna let him give up on himself.
Cover my eyes so I can see clear. One sip away from everything.
I knew that my life would never be the same again. I knew that it was going to be hard, but I knew that together it would be stronger. I'll never give up on him.
Wow, okay. The one time I could tell Ozzy he was wrong. We don't all die alone. Uh, he was surrounded by his loved ones when he passed. At least that's what I read in one of the articles, so it's good to know. But see you in the review section. All right, ghouls and ghosts. That was Ozzy Osbourne Under the Graveyard official music video. Link to the original video will be down in the description box for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Oh, I guess I wasn't really expecting that. The last music video that I remember watching of Ozzy's was early 2000s, mid 2000s. Gets Me Through, I do believe, is the name of the track. And this is probably like the height of when he was starting to get into TV and what was the Osbournes the TV show called? I can't remember. Welcome to the Osbournes, or was it just the Osbournes? Let me look it up. The yeah, just called the Osbournes. Okay. When did it start? 2002 was, yeah, there you go. So yeah, I wasn't completely talking out of my ass, but yeah, I was never a huge fan of the reality show. I watched it here and there. Usually it was on the background noise kind of level, and I mean I did enjoy it when I was paying attention to it. Just, him being kind of goofy and just normal. Just to see him in a normal way was something different. I enjoyed it. Obviously it was comical and funny and for what it was, and to see where he came from, because my version of that I knew of Ozzy was biting the head off of a bat, pissing on the Alamo, and just having like a massive drug problem. That's who he was to me. I wasn't very informed, but I was a kid / teenager, and it wasn't something I really paid attention to or made like a concerted effort to change my mind about it. But as I got older, I understand he's human, he makes mistakes, and the mark that he's left on society as a whole, not just as a musician, as an entertainer, as a person, it's just undeniable. As far as what was happened to me, there were times in my life where I turned to this kind of music that dulled the pain away, and it took away my suicidal thoughts. And there was very few artists that I have in my life where I can say they've saved my life. And I know a lot of people use that kind of cliche of this person, this song saved my life, but to me that's just a testament to human nature. And when we're in these sorts of dysregulation and suicidal, that we're trying to latch on to the things that make us happy and take some of that pain away. And for me, Ozzy was it. Jimi Hendrix was it. Robin Williams was a person that I could pop on a movie and just get me to laugh, to understand it's going to be okay. And we need more people like that. Say what you want about the performer Ozzy, and leave the person Ozzy out of it. I don't know exactly where I'm going with it, but I guess I'm just a little bit anxious about some of the stuff that I was reading on social media, so I do apologize. So yeah, it's just his mark was unmistakable, undeniable, and I'm glad that he can live on through music, through his live performances. And that's one thing I wish I would love to have seen, not just Ozzy Osbourne, but more specifically, I guess, Black Sabbath live. That's neither here nor there. As far as the music video goes, like I said, the music Phenomenal. Absolutely love it. Specifically the clean parts, the plucking, almost like a violin-esque, even though obviously it's guitar and or acoustic guitar, and the way the the hook is my enemy, and that sort of rhyme structure that he has in the song fits so perfectly with the overall tone and the lyrics themselves. Very dark, very bleak, that fits right along with the music video. Again, I would assume it's something a little bit more closer to the heart of Ozzy and Sharon, that is not just some, you know, untangible or intangible thing. It came from a real place. He was struggling, and here comes this person, and she wasn't going to give up on him. And to this day, she never gave up on him, even when he put his hands on her, cheated on her, and different things. Again, he's human. He makes mistakes, and to have someone who's willing to go through all of that and not leave him. It's a testament to just the love that she has for him, and vice versa. Something that now you can, depending on how you feel about physical violence, or domestic violence, excuse me. That's up to you. I think it can be enduring that, yes, you fuck up, but to make amends for it, to give him that chance. I think the the pressure that we put on people to be perfect, and when they become unperfect, to give them that chance, I think, is a very redeeming quality to have. Now, again, you may feel differently, and that's perfectly fine. We can disagree, but as humans, we can, I can understand. We will disagree, and we can just leave it at that. We're not gonna, oh, you're a piece of shit because you believe this or you believe that. That's for child's play. But back to, I keep going on these tangents, and I do apologize. Back to the music video. Imagery quite strong. The party, life of the party. These girls are only here for the money, the accolades, the mystique, the stigma, I guess, of being around someone famous and feeding off of that ego, and trying to make, well, I don't know, just to each their own. I just think it's like that rock and roll lifestyle lends itself to not being the best for being physically or mentally fit. There's a lot of leeches, a lot of people that want to see ill will, and they want what you have, and backstabbing, and this, that, and the other. And this kind of is like a microcosm of it all through the eyes of Ozzy Osbourne, and the fact that someone saw through all that and be like, hey, this is a person. I care about this person, so I'm going to do everything in my power to help this person. And that's exactly what was depicted. He was on a crazy train with these drugs and alcohol, and she kind of subsided that train a little bit and put it on the right path. So that's not for naught. And in the context of the lyrics, I wasn't expecting, I mean, I know the song, but just to listen to it as it's playing, and knowing that he has passed on, it gives a new meaning to it, I guess. And he's under the graveyard now. I don't know if he's going to be buried or not, actually. Kind of, I wouldn't say like fate, but just kind of, makes you think a little bit. And the part that hit me the most is that when we all die alone, and everybody has that fear. It is fear of mine, for that matter, and I'm sure it is for a lot of other people too. And it's nice knowing that he was wrong and that he didn't die alone. Because everyone deserves to have their loved ones around for your last moments. I think it's proper in a way. But that being said, for score of the music video, and it's hard to be unbiased because everything to me, like, it just fits so well with the timing of me doing this particular video. It wasn't something where I think, oh, I'm going to do this particular song because of these reasons. It was just something where it was one of my favorite newer songs that he's done, and it was something that I haven't seen. Like I said, I haven't seen any music videos from Ozzy other than It Gets Me Through. So it's like, you know what? Let's do one that's recent. I really enjoy it. It's one of my top 5 Ozzy Osbourne songs. Let's check out the music videos. And the fact that if it deals with the subject, obviously he deals with this subject quite a bit, but just this one specifically, it's not something where I was leading it towards that thing. It just happened organically. So that's what I'm trying to get at. In so few words, I know I'm rambling. Deal with it. But yeah, taking everything into account, I'm going to give this 4.5 skulls out of 5. Absolutely happy with that score for all the reasons I just stated. But I think that's going to be it for this particular episode, this little remembrance for the Prince of Darkness. You will be sorely missed, and you didn't die alone. Thank you for everything, Ozzy.